Hello, this is Graham, and I'm here with Raphael and Richard, and this is today's episode of Engineering 101. On today's episode, we will be talking about the Grand Engineering Challenge of restoring and improving urban infrastructure. And one may ask, what is infrastructure? Well, infrastructure is the mixture of integral systems that support a community, region, or country. It includes water and sewer systems, road and railroad networks, national power and gas grids, and many others. Currently, growing populations, natural disasters, and accidents have been putting stress on our infrastructure, making it difficult for engineers to keep up with the modern solutions. One of the biggest challenges in urban infrastructure today is transportation. Now, I brought in Dr. Potato, who has a PhD in urban infrastructure from Harvard University and went to Princeton University when he was 16. Dr. Potato.
Well, one of the biggest problems we currently face is transportation. The roads are decaying and they're being overcrowded and populated. One solution to this is asphalt rubber. It reduces noise and it's made of rubber tires, so it's ecologically safe.
So Richard, what are your issues with transportation?
Well, right now the roads are getting really flooded, either when pipes break underground and spew up, or when it just rains a lot and all the water is sitting on the roads. And it makes it really hard to travel. Cars will stall out. So one of the solutions is a slip resistant, which is like a steel grate, and you can put it on like road plates or pedestrian walkways. It'll make the surface more slippier, and it will push the water off the road so that the road is clear, and it will push it to the sides. My second issue with the transportation is very overcrowded. There's a bunch of traffic. It takes like a long time just to travel anywhere. So one solution is to make it really easy to travel. And in Hong Kong, they've built these transportation hubs where they put all of these like taxis and bus transits in one building. It's a really big building. They put them all in one place so the people can travel to this hub and then travel away from that in an easy fashion.
The next issue with urban infrastructure is entertainment venues. Now, Dr. Potato, would you feel free to enlighten us on this issue?
Well, of course. One of the major problems of our modern infrastructure is the building durability. For example, natural disasters can clearly ruin certain buildings. A good example of these are earthquakes and snowstorms. Another example was in Minnesota football stadium last year when a snowstorm ravaged the city and snow piled up on the stadium, and it got so heavy that the roof caved and collapsed, letting all the snow fall down.
Okay, so one solution to the Minnesota Vikings stadium collapse is the slip resistant that we talked about with the roads. We could just cover the stadium with that, and all the snow would just slide off and be unharmed. Another solution that we talked about is putting like heat pads in the roof, so when the snowstorm falls, the heat pads will just make it into water and it will just slide off easily.
These are just two of many examples of what our infrastructure main issues are, and some of you may ask, why should infrastructure even be restored? Why can't we just work with the old stuff? And this is a great question because places in China or all around the U.S., cities are growing very rapidly and populations are shooting through the roof, and the infrastructure that may be 30 or 40 years old is kind of cracking or going down in efficiency, and it's unsafe in some areas. And to keep the well-being of people safe and to not hinder economic growth, we need to improve these things to make society move forward as a whole. Well, that's been it. This is Graham Taylor with Dr. Potato and Richard, and it's been our pleasure to be with you tonight on Engineering 101. Stay classy, Houston.